Hey everyone, this is Lisa. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Lisa Monique, where we cover all things lifestyle and beauty for the over 50 woman. Okay, so I just got back from Florida last night in the rain, and it did drop to freezing for about an hour last night. But today I'm just going to give you an update on what's going on with my garden, my house, and just kind of show you some things that I'm doing. So I am taking down all my dahlia beds that were in grow bags. You can see I left the ones that still had blooms. Actually, I don't know if you can see. Let's see, can you see here? I've got a bumblebee. So yeah, the ones that have blooms, I've still left up because there are still bees, but I started cutting them. Let's see if we can see this here. And I covered all these with the frost cloth last night because they have been cut and they're cold and damp, and I didn't want them to freeze. I don't know, for some reason I feel like the ones with the stems are better prepared than the ones that I cut. I'm afraid they would rot. So today I'm going to rinse all of these off and put them out to dry so I can separate them and store them for the winter tomorrow. These are, I don't know how many, 22, 4, I don't know, maybe 30 dahlias. So I'm just going to move them back out here. And so what I've been doing here is I've been dumping the dirt in the wheelbarrow and then taking it to one of the raised beds in my new home and dumping the dirt there to fill the raised beds. It's October 31st. We still have not started any of the remodel in my new home. If you've been wondering how it's been going, it has not been going at all. Every day for the last 2 weeks, I kept saying that I think we might have the permit tomorrow, and then something comes out that changes everything and we have to submit something else. And, you know, I'd like to say, I think we could have the permit tomorrow. Yeah, it's quite frustrating, but I don't feel that it's going to slow down me moving into the house. So we're going to move in beginning of next March regardless. If it's not done, it's not done, but the majority should be done. So it would just be more cosmetic things, I think, that we would be dealing with. And yeah, so I'm really not that worried. My contractor is getting antsy though. He, you know, he has his framers and everyone lined up ready to go. And then we keep having to push it off another day, another day, another day. So here's to hoping that November is the real deal and we'll finally start moving on the house over 2 months after my contractor was hoping to get started. But back to my dahlias. Okay, so I'm going to dump the dirt, rinse them off over here in the grass, put them back into the bags with their tags so I can identify them. And then I'm going to just set them aside, put them in a garden room, or set them aside today, and then tomorrow put them in the garden room and start separating them. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So here's my little dahlia tuber. It's got 4 of them on there. Oh, I got to spray them off. On every existing dahlia I have, there are so many bees. If you've ever had dahlias, you know, or pay attention to any of the dahlia grower websites, you'll see there's just a ton of concern about gall, which is a disease that comes a lot from tubers overseas in the dahlias that are grown like in Holland and the Netherlands, excuse me, and places that farm dahlias. And a lot of the big box stores, like a lot of Costco dahlias and things like that, when you dig them up, they will have gall, which if you're just growing it in your home garden, you know, it might make after 2 or 3 years, your dahlias aren't going to bloom anymore. It could spread to all your dahlias because it is contagious, but people are so paranoid. So this one has, you can tell where the the original tuber that I planted had rotted off. And I could tell too because it wasn't necessarily, it was blooming and then it kind of stopped blooming, so you knew there was some rot. But I can see where it's rotten right here, and I'm going to cut that off. But I just know a lot of people would be like, oh my goodness, is that crown gall? I'm going to throw the whole thing out. So there is that little hysteria. Like people are, oh, when in doubt, throw it out. But I'm not like that. So I am keeping this. And my tag, all of my dahlias had tags on them, and it obviously fell off. Fortunately, I double tag them. I put a stick in, and then normally there's a tag around the mother tuber, which, like I said, obviously have fallen off. It's probably still in this pile of dirt. I'll look for it because when I store it, I usually keep that tag in there. Here it is, and it is definitely around the rotten mother tuber. I like the tags too because they are color coded, so I can tell who I purchased it from based on the color of the tag. If you're wondering what I'm growing these in, these are just 7-gallon grow bags, and you can buy these on Amazon. And you can pretty much grow anything in them. I had some large ones, maybe 30-gallon. I grew giant tomatoes in. If it had not rained yesterday and the dirt was dry, this would be a lot easier. But with the freeze coming up, I want to make sure I get these out. Okay, I'm going to be doing this for a while. I'll be back later. Okay, so I've got about 5 grow bags emptied in here. I have some frost cloth, and I am getting ready to take this over to my new house and dump it in the raised beds out back. And I will show you what's going on at my new place. Okay, I'm in the backyard of the new house. I can't tell you, I just spent, I don't know, 10 minutes talking about the house, and then I didn't hit record. So let's talk about it again. So this is a former garage, and you can see that they've raised the floor. It was before the permit, so we have a stop work order. They weren't supposed to start yet, but the wood was here, so framers went ahead and started. But they raised the floor. They're going to have to raise the ceiling just a little bit, I think, or put a tray ceiling to make it at least 8 feet in there. So this is going to be the master suite. It's going to be fairly small, but we don't need this Taj Mahal master suite. We don't really spend a whole lot of time in the master bath, or in fact, do you want to see it? We'll kind of walk up here. I will say there are some nails hanging down up here. Can you see them? And I did this one day and hit the top of my head. And probably should have gotten a tetanus shot, but I didn't. And I think I'm okay. It was a while ago, so. But I did Google and research and saw that there were only 30 cases of tetanus in the United States last year. So it's actually still pretty rare. Okay, so this was a former garage. And this is going to be where the master bath is. And you can see all the plumbing's just going to go straight down underneath here. These red lines are where the walls, oh no, red lines are over here. Red lines here where the wall is going to be. And so you will enter it from here, and the shower will be on that back area. So when you walk in, you're going to face the side of the shower. And then we'll just have a toilet here, and then a vanity, which I already have. It's sitting in the rental house. It's sitting inside the front door. But we'll have our vanity right here. And it's just going to be long and narrow, not a whole lot of storage in the bathroom. But over here, so this area right here will be part of the area in here. I'll just kind of show you. Yeah. Hopefully you could see it because I didn't see it. But that front room, which was the formal dining room, and this area up to where the hot water heater is, That's all going to be my closet. That is going to be the master closet. We are going to put the washer and dryer inside my closet. And so then this will be a hallway where this door is. It's going to be a hallway into the master suite. And then when you come into the master suite, right here, we'll put some cabinets. And that's where we'll store like the extra toilet paper, all the things, the towels, things that you would normally store in your bath. So they're not going to actually be in the bathroom, but they're going to be in the master suite. Right here, I think we'll put a pocket door right here where I'm walking, where my arm is going. So when my husband comes in from a trip, he can put his suitcase here, open it up, and kind of go to the bathroom, get ready for bed and all this stuff. And I'll be able to close this pocket door right here. We're going to put some windows up here. I think we're going to do just some, what's it called, transom windows. Look at all of the wasps' nests. Hopefully they clear those out before they seal it up. I'm going to have to make sure that they don't just try and close it off. And then I'm not sure if you can see, but there are these red lines right here, going here. And that, you can even see up here where it used to be. All right, so that corner is my husband's closet. So I get the big master closet, and this will still be the biggest closet we've ever had. I mean, I think this closet is probably almost as large as our closet in Arizona that both of us had to share. So you'll have plenty of room. We'll do custom built-ins in there. And yeah, pretty excited. So this is going to be the new master suite. Now here's the kitchen. This will come out 10 feet. So I don't know how far 10 feet is. Maybe right about here. This whole deck is coming down. So that'll come out 10 feet. The living room will come out 10 feet. And then it will kind of end probably where that deck is there. So the fireplace will come down. This wall will all push out, and we're going to have 12 feet of sliding glass door there. It'll be like 4 panels that kind of all push into a pocket door. And then coming out of the kitchen, I'm not sure yet. Originally, I wanted like 3 panels that kind of push again into a pocket. I haven't decided. I don't really want swing out French doors because the dining room table will be right inside there. And we had the French doors at our last place. And, if you were sitting there, it was always kind of hard to get in and out. But eventually, when we add a new porch, it will probably come out to maybe where this is here. And you would walk out into an outdoor kitchen area. So that's the plan. Now, right here, where all this concrete is, this will be the new 3-car garage. And it will face, the doors will face my neighbors that way. So you'll come down the driveway, and then turn into the garage. So you would be parking your cars here, and going up into the house from the garage here. So that's kind of the plan right now. Got 10 yards of really great soil. It's actually a special blend for my roses. They call it the Ron Daniels blend, because he's the president of our Rose Society. And I think he's also a spokesperson for Holy Cow soil. So this is a blend of Holy Cow on their Survive and Thrive soil and their garden soil. So it's a 2-to-1 mix. And I need to cover it. It was delivered after I left for Florida, so it did get rained on a little bit yesterday, but I have a big tarp, going to cover it so it doesn't kind of wash away. What my plan is over here, right, this little area right here, I plan on having 3, maybe 4 rows of roses. I did order 43 rose bushes, and I have 3. So I'm going to have to find places for 46 rose bushes in this house. So I think I'll have like 3 rows, and this will be kind of like maybe a cutting rose garden. I can also put some right here under these windows, kind because that's, you know, beautiful full sun all the time. The raised beds will not be my roses. Come over here. So I've got 5 built already. These 4 all have the hardware cloth on the underside to keep out voles. I'm not even sure if we have voles. I had a neighbor over there say, not even on this block, like on the other far corner of our neighborhood, say that she had voles. But my next door neighbor has roses, and she says she really hasn't had any vole issue. We definitely have moles. We have moles all over the place. But regardless, I do have the hardware cloth underneath. These 2 right here have already been planted with ranunculus and anemones, and I'm going to put the frost cloth over tonight there. This one here were all my direct seeds, my fall seeds, and you can see they're starting to come up. I don't know, can you see them? So those are my bachelor buttons, and then these are larkspur. Let's see, can you see larkspur? You can see they're starting to pop up through this screen. So I need to take this all the way off. I kept it down just to keep the birds from eating the seeds, but I'm not really worried too much about squirrels eating them or digging them. And then I'm also going to cover that with frost cloth tonight anyway. So I've got some more hoops right here. And then this bed here has a hardware cloth underneath, and I will move this wire over there this week after I put all my tulip bulbs in there. So that'll kind of protect it from the squirrels and over the winter. And then when things start growing, I'll have to build some higher cages. So right here, you know, these are more like cages. But what my ultimate plan is to take like 2x2s and kind of staple, you know, almost make a 2-foot cage. So take 2x2s and make a higher frame and then staple the hardware cloth so you can actually have the flowers growing all the way up and they would still be protected, because I think I will need that for sure even in the spring on the tulip bulbs. I'm not sure about the ranunculus, but I bought some really fancy ranunculus, and some of them were like $7 each individual corm. So I'm really paranoid and really concerned about keeping them from critters. And then I'll put 2 more beds back there, put 1 more down here, and 1 more down on the end. And I think that'll be it for the raised beds. I'm going to put black landscape cloth in between. And I'm putting 4 feet between the beds instead of the typical 3 feet that are recommended, just because I can't pull my little gorilla wheelbarrow. That's so hard for me to say. Wheelbarrow. I say barrel. Anyway, you know, that is a little bit wider. And so, yeah, I just needed a little bit wider to manipulate between the beds. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah, and that's it. So that's what I'm working on right now. Some point, the house will get started and it will get done. And no matter where we are in the remodel process, when our lease is up here mid-March, we'll move in over there. So half the house is going to be existing structure, so we can move all of our boxes, we can move everything in there. Our contractor said he'd make sure that those bathrooms and everything that was finished first, or finished before we needed to move in, so we can at least have half the house to kind of hunker down in. So yeah, it is what it is. So as long as I get to work on my gardens, I'm happy. And that's about all that I am doing today. I will just kind of keep plugging away at my garden, and hopefully by this weekend or by the end of the week, they'll be working or starting the remodel. As always, I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, I'd love if you would subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, share the video with friends. It does help YouTube decide what videos that they're going to push out. So we will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.